everyone, it's Miss Kristy from East Pennsboro Library, and I am here with another craft program for maybe a nice holiday gift or something to decorate your own home, or maybe something to hang down on New Year's Eve. Who knows? We are going to use some glue, so I have my Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer apron on, and we got some snow last night, so Miss Christie's running so late today and very tired from shoveling snow and helping to dig everything out. But tonight we're going to learn how to make hanging paper stars. And I have two examples here that I made. One of them has some neat snowman wrapping paper glued to it. And this one has a different colored bag that I used. So let me share the title page with you so you know what we're going to be looking at. Hanging stars. And like I said, I think that they would make great things to hang down on New Year's Eve, or even if you put some glitter on, or maybe you need a good tree topper. Homemade stuff beats everything, especially this year. So let me give you a look at what materials you're going to need. And really, there are things you might be able to find at home now. You're going to need 9 paper bags, 4 in one size and 5 in a smaller size. Paper lunch bags work well because they can be cut at the top to make a smaller bag. Scissors, glue, glue stick. I do have the glue gun plugged in to finish the project. If I was going to give it as a gift, you might need to glue it a couple different places. You might want to tap it with the glue gun and use the stick glue. A pom-pom or something similar for the middle. I don't know if you can see close up or not. This one I just stuck a bow in the center of, and this one I made a little pom-pom out of some yarn that I had. Paint, wrapping paper, pictures, ribbon, anything else you might decide to add. Just have fun with the project. Before we get started with the project, I'm going to go over the directions with you so you know what we're looking at. But let me show you what I mean when I say have fun. Whatever you want to decorate it with is going to actually be on the part that shows is the folded part of the lunch bag. So if you open up the bag, this is the part that shows out in the star. So let's say you wanted to make a special present for someone. And this is kind of what I was thinking with some of mine. I just didn't get a chance to get it the whole way thought through before I knew that the person wanted to see the pictures. I was thinking of making one for Christmas for a friend of mine and printing out different pictures of us together and kind of trimming around the picture and gluing a picture in each part so that when her star expanded, there'd be a picture of us in each spot. I'm going to work on that idea and see how that turns out over the holidays. So this one I made with a snowman. This one I used a smaller bag, but the bag was just a little bit thicker. I would recommend using the same thickness of bag because it makes it easier when you're gluing. All right, let's take a look at these directions. I'm just going to run through them quick and then I'll demonstrate everything. So you're going to have 9 bags. The first thing you're going to need to do is cut 1.5 inches from the top of 5 of the bags. So you'll just measure down 1.5 inches, cut the top of 5 of them. That's how you make it a smaller bag. And then you're going to cut a triangle out of the opening of each bag, and that's what that's going to look like. Then you're going to prepare the bags before you glue them together. The sides or the creases in the bag is going to be the most visible part of the star, like I showed you. You could paint the sides. You could put wrapping paper on them. You could put pictures on them. You can add whatever you think works best. I'm going to show you how to cut one. And then I am going to make my star out of these bags, and I'll show you what I decided to use. I had already prepared them so that I wouldn't have to wait for the glue to dry. We're going to fold all the bags back into the original shape then. So this one I'm going to have to fold back into the way it was. And sometimes that takes a little time to get it folded up perfect so that it's flat again for when we glue them together. And then you're going to use glue and make a T-shaped line on one side of the bag, like that, of glue. You're going to place the small bag on top of the first bag. So you're going to take a large bag and lay it down. Then you're going to put a small bag on top of it after you do the glue T. And then you're going to continue to glue the bags, small, large, small, large, small, large, until you've used up all the bags. And then you'll start to see the star form like this. And then you'll pull it all around, glue the last two bags together, and then you'll actually have your hanging star. All right, so let's get going with this project. The first thing you need to do is get 9 bags. I have 9 here. And you're going to need to cut one of the bags, or I'm sorry, you're going to need to make 5 of the bags. Goodness, I must have snow on the brain. 5 of the bags smaller than the other 4 bags. And I said measure down 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to very quickly get my Happy Penn State ruler. Too bad they're not playing better. And measure down 1.5 inches. And I'm going to mark that and draw myself a line. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. And then that is the amount that I'm going to cut off of each bag. Now, only five of the 9 though. You need 4 large ones. Oops, geez, 4 large ones, 5 small ones. Remember, I always say work smarter, not harder. I wouldn't measure the next 4 bags that I'm going to cut. I would just take this little strip you just cut, put it at the top, trim it right off like it's sort of your guide. Okay. So I'm not going to finish cutting those because when I glue, I'm going to use these red and green ones that I made today to show you how you can make them more colorful. But the next step, after you have your 4 small ones cut, your 5 small ones cut, sorry about that, folks, and your 4 large ones, you can prepare them by doing something decorative to the center. You might be able to find bags that are a different color that are the same thickness as this. It's up to you. As long as you've got 5 smaller bags, 4 larger bags. I got it right. The same width. The same width is important. So after you have your bags prepared, you're going to cut a V in the top of each bag. This is going to be easy to measure the first bag, and the V is going to be the same type of V no matter how big the bag is. So let me show you. Here's what I did to cut my V. I just took my ruler and did this, and this part is not going to show. And then I took it from the other corner and just went straight down until they kind of intersected. And then wham, I cut out my first V. And then, of course, you know what I did. I used this as the pattern for the rest of the bags, the rest of the 8 bags. Okay, so got your bags prepared, got your bags ready. You've cut a V in each of the bags. Now I am going to show you how you're going to glue your project together, but I'm going to use the bags I already prepared. All right, so let me just show you real quick what I did with these. I took red and green tissue paper, and I used green tissue paper on the 5 smaller bags in the creases, and on the 4 larger bags, I used red tissue paper. All right, so now we're going to go through how to glue this whole thing together. I'm going to take one of the small bags. Oh, I didn't cut my piece out of the top of mine. Wow, I better get it together. I completely forgot because I had them prepared for the project. All right, Miss Kristy's back. That snow must have really gotten to me today, and I must really be tired. Please forgive me. I went ahead and cut these out of my bags, and while I was doing that, I was thinking I also should tell you, if you're going to do something decorative to the inside seal, to the inside creases on the bags, do that before you cut the V's out of the bags, because part of that comes out when you cut the V too, and that helps to make it all come together. Okay, no more mistakes. I'm going to try really hard. Next thing we're going to do is take one of the smaller size bags, and you're going to lay it. Well, I have to cheat for 1 second and see what I did here the first time. I am going to lay it flat like this, okay? I'm going to try really hard to get you to be able to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to lay it down flat like this, and I'm going to make that blue T. Now, if you notice, I have this down, okay? This part is going to be down. I'm going to make a glue T, and I'm using purple glue, so I'll show you in a second. Right like that. And then I'm going to take larger bag, this side, and glue it. Now just stick it right on there and press really, really hard. And then I just stuck that one onto this one like that. I'm going to try and show you the next one holding it up. So I'm going to take a small bag now, because we're going to go small, big, small, big. And I am going to put a T line of glue on here. Like that. And then I'm going to take this small one, and I'm going to line it up and glue it tight to the large one. And I noticed that I didn't come up far enough with my glue, but that's no problem. I just have to put a little more glue on here. All right, there we go. And this glue will blend in. So now you've got 3 bags layered. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the T of glue again. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the next large bag. And I'm going to glue it like this. Hold it down, and I'm going to just keep doing that back and forth, red, green, big, little, until I have all of them glued. All right, so I have them all glued together, and I'm ready for the last step, which is to take the first bag and the last bag and glue them together. And that's going to be 2 small bags. And you're going to want to do that using a glue gun or something like that, because you want that to really kind of seal up. And then, because that, oh, wait, I need to fix this one. I didn't get this one quite tight enough. When you open it up, you'll know immediately if you need to add a little bit more glue by where there's gaps, because sometimes just don't get that up high enough. There we go. And you just kind of have to fix it up. So you're going to open it up, and using the glue gun or some kind of crafter's glue, you're going to glue these 2 together like this. Let me do that quickly. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Let me just grab the glue gun. All I'm going to do is put a little dot here, little line right across there. And then I'm going to pull this one right on top of it and just hold it together for a minute. Well, not even a minute, a second. And now you've got the top of your star. And then you're going to go through and kind of cut open all the bags with your hand like this. And you can see the star start to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You might have to add a little bit of glue here and there if you missed a spot or two. But stick your hand in and open it up. And when you're done, you've got a beautiful hanging star. I hope you get a chance to try this project. I hope you have a great time playing in the snow, and I will see you again before the holiday. Have a great night.